Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Thursday night, another Riverbend Talent on the Big Z, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Forest of Macias Insurance, of the Stubblefield Band, of everything he loves. And like donuts.
I like donuts.
That is the legendary Pigpen Radio, the star of the show.
Legendary.
Star of the show.
Not famous, infamous.
And happy anniversary.
Yeah, well,
you weren't quite on the show yet, but it was late May when we started the show. I want to say 8 years.
Was it 8 years?
Is that what I've been
man.
saying?
Yeah, I knew it was coming up on that or getting close, man.
And
wow.
so, not quite happy anniversary to your takeover of.
Well, happy anniversary to you, though.
To me and Nikki
to the show, yeah.
Nikki Fiedler, who helped us start this off.
Right.
But it wasn't much longer. I'd say a month or two that you hopped on board. And somehow you still have a job. I don't think you've ever held a job 8 years.
I think I was at Emma's.
Yeah, but that's like a couple different jobs. Like,
well, yeah,
you got fired a few times.
Well, I didn't get fired. I just other people would get that say, "Well, everyone who works for the mall is fired." And I'd be like, even though I'd be on the mall, I'd be like, my paycheck still says Casey. As long as they don't fire everyone at Casey, I'm fine.
I was taking that from you because they told you, like, everybody here has been fired at least once.
Oh, yeah.
Right after you started. So.
I forget about some of that goofiness. What a good time.
I've got it all on tape. So I go back and review you from time to time.
He keeps documents. He keeps documents.
That's fake news. Hey, we got a guest we should mention. And it's not a sea shanty sing-along, but he could do a sea shanty sing-along, I'm sure.
I think he could do just about anything. Anything he said is mine, too.
That's happening down at Morrison's Irish Pub. I got to say that quickly.
Because it's starting. It's already started. It started 2 minutes ago.
Right. Plus, we went back one time and talked to the sea shanty guys, and they were like, we told them every night at 6 o'clock we say this. And they went back and checked and said, you guys really do say that. So ever since then, we had to say it.
Trying to keep it up, man. Trying to keep it up. So our guest tonight, my good friend Joshua Grassle. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man.
Man, we go back many moons.
Many moons.
Many moons.
High school.
Well, we were just telling some stories before we went on, and Arch Drive,
Big Arch Drive,
came up, and you lived right there.
Yeah,
and I can still, you tell me if I'm wrong, a split level sort of gray.
Yep.
I still remember it.
You picked me up there. You picked me up there. You wanted to go on a double date, and you needed a second.
I needed a wingman.
Picked me up. So I think it was her cousin or something, or somebody. So you needed a distraction, and so that was the first time we went out and did the thing. I don't think we really knew each other real well yet, but
no,
that was the beginning.
Yeah, well, you just never know how things will start
or
end.
So I'm not going to lie.
And I will say that. Well,
I got to say thanks.
Hey, man, I always shoot for a good time, whatever it is I'm doing. That's the main.
You nailed it that night.
Yeah, I was actually, oddly enough, I was just telling a story about you that you may not even would not even know that I know.
Right.
We were talking. I was talking with a friend about it was a big ice storm that happened several years back.
Uh-huh.
Broadway was iced over.
Yep.
There was a Toys for Tots thing, I think, down at Old Beer
Bakery. Yep.
And you were already, say, at the conservatory before that. You were somewhere.
I was at home.
Well, so you were crossing the street. You had presents in your hand.
Yeah.
And I was driving up, and I thought, oh, he's going to walk across the street. That looks like Josh. But you stepped onto the ice off the curb. You kicked off like a skater, and you floated across the ice with presents in hand to the other side. And I was in a car coming at you. You didn't even know I was there.
Right on.
But we were telling stories about that ice storm, and I said, man, what I really loved is I saw Josh Grassle skate all the way across Broadway, heading down towards Beer Bakery. And
we played a show that night.
There you go.
That's part of why I was home, because everything was iced over, and I lived over on 5th Street at the time. And my drummer Glenn and I had to put all of our gear on sleds and slide literally, because the van was at the end of the hill. It's like a block long, this alley behind my house.
Right.
And we put all our gear on sleds from the house and rode them down the alley to the van.
Nice.
So we could go down and still play the show.
Oh,
Nice.
man. Dedication.
Yeah, and that was it, man. That was
Right?
That was it. We were dedicated.
And the show must go on.
I mean, ridiculously so.
Right, to ridiculous extents. You know, we don't all like spend time practicing and give up, you know, families and jobs,
Everything.
and everything, just to play music because we're not dedicated to it.
Yeah, I can't imagine not going down the alley on the sled with your amplifier.
See, I did that. I gave up jobs and relationships. I didn't actually practice was my problem, so I never got any better. But I did all the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I have a really fond memory of you on stage at Lewis and Clark, though.
Oh wow!
That night it was your band, and then back of Dave played, and it
Oh,
was
my
completely out of control. People were standing all over the seats and jumping around.
I remember that.
It was a great show.
I remember
They
that.
weren't ready for it.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
That was, you know, yeah, good times, man, good times.
The end of Spring Jam.
Is that what it was?
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, it was.
I know we played one. I know you played one.
They never did another one
And
like that.
I don't think they did any more spring jams.
No.
It got a little out of
It was out of
control.
control.
I think there were some chairs maybe ripped up. Or
That was a mosh pit
something.
on top of the seats.
Yeah, there were
was
some
great.
chairs that were kind of smashed, and
good
maybe
times.
it's you know.
The not so beautiful now Hathaway Hall, right after
Yeah.
that
Oh,
show,
man.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's been
wow.
remodeled since.
Yeah, it's a lot better now. But I mean, like after that show.
I forgot about that. You go on and you keep doing things, but that was one of those like that was out of control. There was you have those every now and again. You don't mean for it to, but all of a sudden you realize, oh wow, and Club 367.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're familiar.
Oh yeah, I played lots of shows.
If you're in the big room and you have 20, 30 people there, it's so small. You can't even. The pit looks empty, let
Yeah,
alone
100
the
people doesn't
room.
even matter.
The 700 people, could fit in that room, and so you. And we had one of those shows where it's like it just, and so we just invited them on stage for a mosh pit, which seems completely reasonable at the moment.
Right.
And it was a big stage, but
It was a big stage.
but it got out of control way quick. But those are the moments though, right? The out of control ones. And I'm looking forward to seeing you get out of control at Trinity River Fest.
Yeah. I don't know how out of control we'll get, but
You know what though? So actually, this is funny because I've seen you.
Mm-hmm.
You like me, a hammer and howl type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
How hard can I hit this guitar?
Yeah.
How loud can I howl at the moon?
Yeah.
And
It's a good time.
I simpatico. Because we come from the same, back in the day we
same
were,
pack.
yeah, back in the day we were in that same,
The same wolf pack.
and over the years, I found myself trying to not sing so loud. I don't have the energy I once had.
Yeah, I don't have the-
so if I want to keep the
vocal
party
cords
going,
anymore.
if I want to keep the party going for hours and hours, I'm going to have to lay back a little bit.
Yeah.
And the first time I remember seeing you, what I would say lay back for you as a hammer and howl kind of guy.
Yeah.
Again, coming from the same place, I wouldn't, that's what I would think I would love is the hammer and howl. That's what I've always done too.
Yeah.
It was bluesy. It was soulful, and it was like, wow, that's a different Josh.
Yeah.
It's a different side of you that in all these years of knowing you, I had never seen.
Yeah.
And I applaud it because it's fun to step outside your wheelhouse.
Sure.
And do something a little different, but it's in addition to giving you that other side to step into, it showed me another side, a more soulful side of you, and less aggressive,
Yeah.
angsty, shall we say.
Different kind of depth. A different kind of depth.
It is. The emotion is still there. There is no lack of emotion. It's just a different emotion. It's just or a different perspective even on the same.
Sure.
At times.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And I don't know what you got going
Still
on.
working on it. But
Well, always. Just like doctors, musicians are always practicing.
yeah.
So That's all we do.
Yeah, our lineup for Trinity Fest is going to be similar to the Happy Trails that we did. So we've got similar bands set up. Got hand drums, got drums, bass, guitar, lead guitar, and it'll be a little more jamish than.
Yeah.
We'll do some mellower things, but last year at Trinity we did Paper Boulders, and that was we didn't have a drummer, and
I remember
a lot of harmony vocals and stuff. And this year we won't have quite as much of that, but
Paper Boulders. I forgot that was you change bands so often.
Yeah.
You have so many.
That one was with Andrea Yoder, so it was something that her and I started and became Paper Boulders. So this year it's just Joshua Grassle and friends. It'll be me and Sean Stone and Lee Jackson, Stephen Lewis, Austin Hine. So
Nice.
So really, it's one of my favorite band lineups I've had in years.
Yeah, and
just ready to settle in and do a lot of it. So
I've known Sean Stone for quite a while, but I think I actually met him through you.
Yeah.
Possible.
When we were doing Grass and
Did he
Stone.
work at Halpin?
He did work.
He did work at Halpin years ago. See,
Long
my memory's not that good. So I might have met him through Halpin, but like Lee Jackson again, going back to high school when I've known that guy.
Tipping cows.
Yeah.
That's right, tipping cows, man.
That's when he and I met.
That's awesome.
That's who played Springfest with us.
With you guys. That's right.
Cottonmouth, right.
Really?
Yeah, because me and Lee were in the same radio class.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
It's all.
I'm older than everybody because I went out to the military for 4 years and then came back. But he was a year behind me,
Yeah.
and then like 2 or 3 years later came back and finished.
I-
Right? You took a big Grateful Dead break.
I took many. I took several. I went to school, then I didn't go to school, then I went to school, and once Jerry died, they just kind of like, well, I might as well do something. I don't know what.
Changed your life.
What did Deadheads do after Jerry? You know, some of them went to Rainbow Gathering, some of them went on fish tour.
Yeah.
You know,
All right, so we got Joshua Grassle in tonight. We're going to be talking about Trinity River Fest, but let's finish up what's going on tonight on a Thursday night around the river bend because lots of interesting things going on already underway. At 5:30 is Dave Horton up at the Prairie Inn. He'll go till 8:30. Mo Pleasure started down at Patrick's in Granite City. They'll go till 9 o'clock. Drew Schaefer and Audrey Sims already underway. Until 9 o'clock at the cabin at Judy Creek. Butch Moore doing an open mic at Big Daddy's until 9 o'clock tonight. Cree Ryder already underway up at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville. And I believe that's it for the ones already underway. But we need to mention the Harbor Productions presents Riley Holtz, 7:30 tonight, and Telstar, 8:30 tonight at Post Commons in Alton. So doing some Post Commons stuff.
Nice.
And Nick DeWitt Bufano was in a couple of days ago getting ready for MRF, and he's putting that on up there at the Post Commons. So
yeah.
getting some shows back in there.
I've been talking to him and Jack Skylark a little bit about the, or Jack Tweston, I mean, about the
Of the
MRF,
Skylark.
of the Skylark Brothers,
Yeah.
Also, tonight, we got the open mic at the Raging Cajun with Jamie Dunn at 9 o'clock. Trivia night later tonight at the Conservatory. Nate Sittmeyer at the Fast Eddies until 11 o'clock, 7 to 11. Check this out. Lance Griggs is playing from 7 to 10 tonight at Queenland, which is formerly Clifton Terrace Inn.
Oh,
in
okay.
Godfrey. So they're getting
All
that
right.
going.
So there's a new venue and maybe restaurant. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Queenland.
So same Facebook page for Clifton Terrace, just calling it Queenland now.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
that's all I know about that.
There you go.
Also, let's see, where did I stop? Oh, yeah, Bethalto Spirits Music in the Park with Flip the Frog tonight at 7 o'clock in Bethalto. So they're getting their music in the park going in Bethalto. Borderline down at Deutz Village Inn and Pontoon Beach until 11. And, of course, Experience Live Music Row every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night down in Belleville, where they combine all the venues under one sponsor and work together as a community to bring an Experience Live Music Row thingy, which is pretty cool. And Uncle Albert Band playing at Copper Fire down there. How about that?
Sounds all right to me.
And here's one sent to me.
We're so sorry, Uncle Albert.
It's either BAT or BAT with DEFCON and Resistus at the Cinco in St. Louis.
All right.
Sent that in to me. I appreciate it.
Bat, DEFCON, Resistus. At the stink hole. I mean, the sinkhole.
Right.
Good
So there you
times.
go. Probably original music if you're at the Sinkhole. New Orleans.
Absolutely, I would assume. So there you go. That's a pretty good Thursday night for
Not bad for
our
Thursday.
little community here.
Welcome to the summer.
Yeah, I'm
Yep. All
telling you,
the
man.
outdoor venues firing up again, and yeah, we got it rolling finally as we enter June, right? This
Yeah.
weekend. So, and speaking of outdoors, and
Busting into June.
speaking of a great outdoor event,
Yeah.
Trinity River Fest. I think this is number 7.
Yeah.
I believe.
at least,
I've
yeah.
seen 7th annual,
Yeah.
and it's going to be taking place on what nights?
Friday and Saturday. That is the 7th and 8th, I believe.
7th and 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not this coming weekend. Not tomorrow and Saturday,
Right.
but the next weekend. So is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct.
I don't
And
know.
That's correct. Music starts on Friday night.
of course, Josh is doing more than one performance there.
I'm doing 2 on Saturday.
He's
Yeah,
all,
2 on
well
Saturday.
since James Brown passed. He is the hardest working man in show business.
I'm
officially.
tired too.
I'm
Tired.
tired. I'm tired. I don't want that title.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
want to be the laziest man in show business.
Maybe, as long as I get to keep playing.
Right. So yes, you were playing two on Saturday.
Yeah, we play Saturday morning. We kind of kick it off Saturday morning at 11:30,
Yeah.
and we'll play for about an hour. Joshua Grassle and friends. It'll be a little more of a rock set, and then I think it's at 3:45. I play more of an acoustic set on the gazebo by the pond. Right after me is Jason Dunham.
Oh, nice.
He used to play with us a lot, so he'll be sitting in with the Joshua Grassle and friends acoustic thing as well, playing some mandolin and some other things. So.
Nice. Again, there's a guy I go back. I don't even
Yeah.
know how long I've known him, man. We were little kids when we met. I'm not sure, but I think you actually won't be on the gazebo by the pond. You'll be on the front porch of the cabin.
Really?
I think they're
They
going to
moved it?
move that stage to make it closer to the other stage.
makes sense. Less mosquitoes?
Yeah, less mosquitoes and all that because the pond won't be there. So I believe, and you can tell me I'm wrong come next weekend or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't been told it's not on the gazebo. So.
I overheard.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I overheard some talk that it was okay that they're going to move that stage to the front porch of the cabin, which is I think a better place for it. It's less of a walk, like you say.
I'm
Not,
trying to imagine what the cabin looked. I don't know. I
It
played
was-
on gazebo last year.
it's about halfway to the gazebo. There was a cabin on your right hand
Oh,
side.
yeah, I know what
you
you're talking
passed.
about.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that'd be cool.
The front porch of that. Yeah,
That'll be super
That's
cool,
like
actually.
A seriously old 100.
Yeah, I went in there last time I was out there.
Yeah, me too.
It's scary.
It's cool.
Cool. I mean,
Yeah, it's creepy.
it's pretty old.
Yeah, it is. So,
And for our listeners, there is
oh yeah. See, I forget we're even on the radio. I'm just talking to you. There is the McCully Heritage Project in Kampsville, Illinois. So it is an interesting place. Just to give you what little I know about it, and I'll make up things I don't know.
They have great hiking.
There is a lot of so the McCullys live there.
Yeah.
And for years and years, I believe the cabin might have even been like great
Their original house or
grandpappy
something.
McCully. I don't know for sure. I think there's like
It's a good story. I like it.
Yeah, I think there was a little like a little.
There's a plaque or something.
A plaque or something there that told the story, but I'll make it up. Great grandpappy McCully came down the river in 1822. No, I don't know.
I think they still use it for little nature schools. Yeah.
And there's a protected like little wild wetland on the other side of the road with a little bridge across it. Great hiking, and there's going to be 2 stages of bands for Trinity River Fest. There is camping there. There's I wouldn't call it primitive camping. It's tent camping, but there are toilets and showers there.
Yeah, they're actually pretty nice. Nice
I
bathrooms.
was going to say that the
Clean
toilets
bathrooms.
and showers are clean and
Yeah.
nice, and a lot of good, like you say, hiking and lots of good bands. Which let's talk about the bands that are happening Friday night.
right. And before we do that, let's mention that there's lots of different ways to go to the event. You don't have to camp. You can
No.
pick a day and go.
Yeah.
So there's individual day tickets that you can buy, and then there's camping tickets, and then there's multiple day tickets with camping and so forth.
And without camping, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's
And
multiple levels you can buy in at.
I believe you can get to the links for the tickets at trinityway.org or at cottonmouth.org. We've got the links there for the event, so whichever you prefer.
You can click right on it. But yeah, trinitiesway.org. And Trinity's Way, just before we even go through the bands, let's just mention that for anyone who hasn't heard, because it's been around, as you say, seven years, I think, 7th annual. Trinity was a girl who had passed away in a car wreck, and I'd known her since she was a baby. Good friends, known her, like I say, her whole life, basically. And her mom had started this Trinity's Way, and basically they raised money to Trinity was really into animals, so they raise money and they try to help out local animal shelters. And she was also really against litter, and so they take their time and go out and pick up trash often. So anybody's throwing trash out their cars along the streets, just stop, because then they could be doing better things with that time.
You know what, though? I thought of this today.
Yeah.
If you throw trash out of your car, please come to this event in order to thank the people who pick your trash up.
Yeah. And maybe bring a bag of trash bags or something to donate.
Yeah.
You're going to be trashy.
Right.
So,
If you're not going to pick it up yourself, at least donate some trash bags. So.
Yeah, and thank the people who pick your trash up.
Absolutely.
Why not make it love all around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, they've adopted the area right in front of Walmart, which is probably one of the heavily I hate to say it, but it's probably a very heavily littered area. Just like the McDonald's too. I don't know why everyone who eats at McDonald's, not everyone, but so many of them think that they should just throw that burrito wrapper right out the window as they go out. But it all blows up to Morris Construction.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that last week. You can check out the video with Liver Jones and the Flatworms. But Pigpen mowed Morse Supply Company, and now I mow it. And it's insane how much trash you have to pick up, before you mow.
Right at the Bowl Haven, right at the end of the street there.
I said to somebody, I know McDonald's entire menu, and I don't eat there. I just
McChicken. That sounds all right. No.
You don't nibble at all?
No, I don't chew on the wrappers.
Hungry while you're mowing?
Look, a little wrapper cheese.
That's right. Save the lunch break and just...
Not the kind of foraging I prefer.
No, I'd rather eat the pine cones you can find out in the field there. So anyway, let's get down to the bands that will be out in Kampsville at the McCully Heritage Project at the Trinity River Festival.
2 stages, 2 nights.
2 stages. Where are we at here?
Main stage on Friday. How about that?
There you go. Good place to start.
With Dean Justus at 4 o'clock. Abigail Tate at 5:30, Agents of the Free at 7, Krickett and the Grilled Avocado Bushes at 8 o'clock. Wait, that was the other band too, wasn't it?
It's all one thing, man.
Had to have fun. And then everybody's favorite Spillie Nelson wraps up the main stage.
Nice.
10 o'clock.
And the acoustic stage going on Friday. We've got Hallelujah Lilly, 4:45. Everhart and Company, 5 p.m., and then Everhart and Light, 7 p.m., followed by the Setbreak Sarahs at 8:30 p.m. So that is quite a bit of music that is going on a Friday night, man.
And a good job of staggering the bands and, between the 2 stages, main stage, acoustic stage, so you can just bop between the two.
And if you, like I say, bringing the acoustic stage a little closer, so it's much easier to walk back and forth, I think was a great idea on the Trinity's Way part.
But if you get too tired, you can take a nap in your tent.
Absolutely. So, and you know what, and if you're thinking Kampsville, man, I'm going to tell you, first of all, beautiful drive up there.
It is.
Yeah. National Scenic Byway Drive.
Yeah.
It is. It's absolutely beautiful. You get to start off on the Mississippi and then head on up to the Illinois. And you can cross the Illinois on a drawbridge. You could cross it on a ferry. You got choices, man.
Yeah, the ferry's nice.
Oh, yeah, Kampsville Ferry.
Yeah.
Or you could take 2 ferries and take the Grafton Ferry and then the Golden Eagle and come around through Arden.
And apparently ferries wear boots, and you got to believe it.
I went to the doctor, see what he could tell me.
I had to do the Ozzy joke, you know.
And that's like one of my
good one.
It's hard to pick a favorite Sabbath, but that is like one of my favorite Sabbath tunes, man.
I agree because it's got the long jam in the middle that we used to stretch out for like 20 minutes when we played it. So
it is. It's like a total jamming tune, and then it's just so it's just got such great lyrics that go with it also, because fairies do wear boots, man. I got to tell you.
And being a heavy band, we got grouped in with a lot of your shows, right, which had a lot of jam bands in it. And we felt like, well, at least when we play fairies wear boots, we're kind of a jam band.
You jamming it out. And at the Hippie Fest, as soon as you say the line "smoking and tripping is all that I do," they're all like, "Yeah, was that the refrain? Let's cheer!"
So there you go.
Oh man! All right, so Saturday, Trinity River Fest is back. It is happening 2 days, and again, the tickets.
Not this Saturday.
Not this Saturday. It's next Friday and Saturday.
Right.
And again, the tickets, you can get 1 day passes. You can get just Friday, just Saturday. You can get Friday or Saturday passes, and not camp. You can camp and get the whole weekend passes. So the tickets do range from $20 to $50, depending on. I guess $50 is both days and camping.
Yeah.
And $20 would be coming for just 1 day. So there you go, man.
And then if you do get your ticket at the door, it is cash only.
It is a cash
if you
only.
Get your ticket
it is a cash only situation up there. I do believe there's a shortage of ATMs in that area, so come prepared.
Not very good phone coverage, so
not the best phone coverage. And if you want to escape from it all, and just get away, which Liver Jones and the Flatworms was here last week and talking to Greg, he was like, man, I'm planning on just going up there and watching as many bands as I can. I'm camping. I'm just going to see it. Just relax. And he's playing playing a set or whatever. And they're going to he's going to be sitting in with Erin Jo too. So he's playing a couple sets. Nice. But he's like, my plan is to camp and see as many bands as I can. And I'm like, that is the festival spirit. Yeah. That is the true festival spirit. So
tell us about Saturday, Mr. Pigpen.
Saturday, if you see only one festival on Saturday in Kampsville, be there. The Trinity River Fest, be there. No, the Trinity River Festival main stage, Saturday, starting off, opening it up, Joshua Grassle, my buddy.
And friends.
And friends.
Can't do it without.
And friends, which
not the same.
I want to give, we mentioned the friends early. I want to give a big shout out to Lee Jackson, the drummer.
Amen.
Because he's going to be so kind as to let Jennifer Nelson, my drummer, borrow his set so we don't have to drag a set all the way up there.
And it was nice you guys to jump in and fill that spot, too.
Well, we heard there was a spot open, and I would just say it because he won't hear it because he lives in Bloomington, but our guitar player Jeff Lair lives in Bloomington, and
this is on the internet,
it's fine. he can whatever.
Just trying to help.
No, you're doing great. I appreciate the heads up, but he loves to play.
Sometimes you're in your own world.
I am always. The sun always shines when you live in your own little world.
Yeah.
We're on the radio too, by the way.
Or there's a Zoloft cloud when you want one. It doesn't matter. Anyway, no, our guitar player Jeff Lair lives in Bloomington. We don't get to play that often, and he loves to play and loves to get out in front of people and play. And we don't really. Nobody asks us to play, so we don't play that often. So my wife jumped in there, who is the bass player of the band Framily Values, who was playing directly after Joshua Grassle and friends. I guess
on Lee's drums.
On Lee's drums. That was right. The shout out to Lee Jackson. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Truly appreciated.
I want to shout out to Lee too.
Yeah.
Because it's good to see him back out playing again.
It is.
I mean, this is kind of him coming back. He hasn't played since the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if he'd played with you recently or how because I seen him out at Rock the Hops.
Yeah.
And it was good to see him.
I actually saw him. That's actually when he and I talked about playing together.
Well, here we go. Here's the story.
Yep. We talked about getting together and playing.
Yeah. At Rock the Hops.
We were just walking around. We were watching Doug Rafferty and those
That's
guys.
That's exactly who I was watching.
Yeah. We just had the conversation. I was like, "Hey, have you been playing much?" And he's like, "I haven't played." 'Since 1990, whatever. And, And anyway, just kind of started stirring in his head, I guess, and then I needed somebody to come in and play for the Happy Trails Festival.
Yeah,
And,
the Winter Jam.
and that was the first show he played with us. So.
Nice.
And what a good show it was.
Oh,
That was the first time I had seen Lee play. 30 years. It seems like.
It's the first time he's played.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So that was a lot of fun. And what the whole Winter Jam.
It was.
What a good time. Man.
It was super fun. Yeah.
So thanks to Marshall and
Always.
Gracia for putting that one on. Enjoyed playing down there at Jacoby's and enjoyed seeing that lineup with you, man. That was a really a rocking lineup, man. That was fun.
Yeah, it's good night.
And that's the same lineup you got coming to Trinity River Fest.
Pretty much the same
So,
lineup.
so yeah, go ahead.
Well, when I seen they added the band following you guys, I had to get excited because, we read a lot of books, me and you, Pigpen. And when I seen Datura, all I could think about was LaFour, Whimseye.
Absolutely, little Don Juan action.
And I'm like,
man.
who's this band? I'm interested.
Datura. I'm just seeing this for the first time, to be honest, and that is awesome. Little Carlos Castaneda, man.
Right.
LaFour, Whimseye. Whew, that takes me back.
That's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
That's why I had to talk about that band.
Yeah, that is seriously a blast from the past. And anybody who hasn't read the Carlos Castaneda is like, what's going on? Although some people might be like, Florida, I tried that when I was in Mexico. Couldn't talk for 3 days, but I flew. Anyway.
Really interesting stuff about a medicine man from Mexico.
Yeah. Don Juan, the medicine man. What was it, like 6 books or something of just I can't. I think they were in the metaphysical section at when they used to have bookstores, when they actually had real stores. You'd have to go to the metaphysical section to find them because they didn't know where else to put these books. Kind of like finding Hunter Thompson's novels in the journalism, because they're like, we don't know what to do with this. We can't call it fiction or science. He's saying it's fiction, but this is.
You're right. Well, and
my favorite.
Carlos Castaneda may or may not have been a cult leader. We're not sure about that.
I'm betting American dollars. I'm saying he was. I'm saying he was.
Yeah, but wasn't Datura though the moonflower that grows around here?
I was going to say that that was the moonflower that they would extract psychedelic properties out of.
Which is a very dangerous plant. So if you're listening to this,
I was
going to
say, the first time I came across it was actually in the Anarchist Cookbook, and they tell you a little recipe on how to make it, but they say very explicitly this is a toxic, a lethally toxic substance.
So let's finish the line.
So after Joshua Grassle and friends.
So after Joshua Grassle and friends at 11:30, we got Framily Values at 1 p.m. and then Datura, which just spun us off the trails, at 2:30 p.m. After them, then we got the Peacelords, Milo.
Yeah.
Milo and the Peacelords, 4 p.m. And, man, a band I really like after that, Silver Material.
Yeah.
I just saw them play a few weeks ago at the conservatory, and just those guys are fun.
Yeah.
They're way into what they're doing.
And as I mentioned last week, the coolest thing about those guys are they are into all the bands.
Oh, yeah.
They're one of them bands that stick around for all the bands, and they're probably right up front.
Yes.
So they're not just hanging out, chilling after the gig. They're up there rocking with everybody.
Four bands played at the conservatory that night. Silver Material was the last band, but they were up front during all 3 other bands, jamming out to them and getting down. I really dig Silver Material.
And both those bands, the Peacelords and Silver Material, we've done interviews with. So if you want to go out and find out more, and I suggest checking out the Milo Gralnick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great guy.
Interview, because his history goes way back. The early origins of rap music.
Yeah.
In New York City. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So after Silver Material at 5 p.m., we've got Modern Pasta last year at Trinity River Fest. First time I saw this band, Modern Pasta. I liked them.
Yeah, they were
I didn't know, as they were coming on, I knew nothing about them except for they were named Modern Pasta, which I kind of liked already, just because it was weird. Really fun group of guys. They had a good time playing and played really well.
Yeah.
So good to see they're back. After that, our buddies, the Trophy Mules. again, just like we said about the Peacelords and Silver Material and Josh Grassle, been on the show before, so you can always go back and check out the interview if you want to find out more about the Trophy Mules.
This is when it gets weird. Right
Okay.
here, in this part of the lineup.
Okay, so now we've got our another old friend of the show, been on many times, Erin Jo, Paddlefoot. So we've got Erin Jo and the Greater Good. Now the Greater Good is going to consist of members of Liver Jones and the Flatworms. So you're going to have Erin Jo and the Greater Good, which has members of the Flatworms up there.
Right.
After Erin Jo and the Greater Good, Liver Jones and the Flatworms is coming up. And they're going to play for a while, and then after they play for a while, Erin Jo's going to come back and join them and finish off the main stage.
And as we found out on last week's show, Erin Jo recently recorded with Liver Jones and the Flatworm.
Yeah.
So
there you go, man.
She used to sit in with us quite a bit.
She's so fun.
It was a good time.
Yeah, she's such a good time. She's always happy and bubbly and just out to do her thing. And I love the what was she, the fiddle ninja? What was she?
that's what I said last week to him. I'm like, I think I would have got the ninja fiddle player. And they looked at me like, who's that? And I'm like, you don't remember during COVID, like standing out on the street, the ninja fiddle player? And that's when it hit him.
She'd have her mask on.
Yep.
Just
that's when it
so
hit Liver
great.
Jones. They're like, oh, you're talking about Erin Jo. I wasn't going to give up her name. I mean, she's going under another assumed identity there or something.
Oh yeah, I came running down to Broadway one time to see the Ninja Fiddler, and just as I got there, Erin Jo was there. I'm like, I came to see the Ninja Fiddler, and she's like, you just missed her. I'm like, oh, I wanted to tell her how much I loved her, and she's like, I think she knows.
So that wraps up the main stage on Saturday night. So let's talk about the acoustic stage on Saturday, and it kicks off with Sawyer Konkol at noon. Then Gabe Brady, 1:15 p.m. We're going to be nice this week and not put him in the Brady bunch as part
Did we
of
do that last week? I don't even remember. I was getting ready to say he was the unknown Brady Bunch kid.
Well, what happened was I believe it was Greg Morris implied that he was Alice's kid.
I remember now.
But
That's a whole different thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the HBO version of the Brady Bunch, which was really more true to life.
Late night.
And then we apologized for because Gabe is such a nice guy, and we're just ripping on him.
I'm sorry, Gabe Brady, for anything I said that you didn't find humorous. I hope you found it all funny, and you're like, yeah, this guy's just stupid, which you would be correct.
Following Gabe Brady at 1:15, then it's Will Marsh from Silver Material at 2:30.
Nice.
And then a guy named Joshua Grassle at 3:45.
Now, who is this? Who is this Joshua Grassle you speak of? I know Joshua Grassle and Friends. We got Joshua Grassle from Joshua Grassle and Friends here.
It's when I play and I don't have any friends. Then I just go with just my name.
Joshua Grassle and the Unfriended.
Yeah, no friends.
Right?
No one would play with me.
No friends.
I was going to say
That's not even true because I'll still have friends on that stage.
Right, I was going to say that. I don't believe you. I really don't.
I was going to say it's a guy that keeps scooting away from you because you're trying to put your hands on him. But
Just every now and again. I've only got one hand
just
under the
frisky.
counter, just so you know.
Just frisky.
I couldn't pass.
Are you feeling randy?
But after Joshua Grassle,
Yeah.
Jason Dunham, we mentioned that,
Yeah.
5 o'clock. And then Jumpin' Johnny's Psychedelic Symphony,
Nice.
6:15. And then Bill's Problem.
Okay, I'm unfamiliar with Bill's Problem, but I'm
Well,
curious to find out what Bill's Problem is.
And we decided last week the best way to find out what Bill's Problem is to go to Trinity River
Yeah,
Fest.
it's the only way to find out.
It's the only way.
I mean, unless you know Bill, then you could message him or something. But I don't know Bill.
How about you,
Bill.
Josh? You
Yeah.
know?
I don't know what his
no?
problem is.
Okay.
After Bill's Problem, we have Ryan and Brandon finishing the acoustic stage, 8:45 p.m. They get kicked off. Not sure who Ryan and Brandon are either. But Ryan and Brandon and Bill almost got enough people to start a law firm. We just need to know their last names. Hook 'em, line, and sinker, I'm guessing.
You should go with the first names.
Yeah. So there you go, man. That is, again, look at that. That's a lot of music happening.
And
2 stages kicking off at 11:30 a.m. and going, I don't even know how long it's going. What, till midnight? So
whatever
yeah,
time it gets
going
in.
to at least midnight there. So
We haven't even talked about the vendors.
Right.
yeah, there's gonna be there, and man, some of the vendors, like I can't remember what it was I ate there last year, but I do remember being astonished that
Astonished. I didn't even know you could say a word that big.
I don't know what it means. I'm just it was on my word of the day calendar. I was trying to fit it in.
It was a kickoff the musician chef last year. He was there
Yeah.
feeding us.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah. There was quite a few food vendors that I ate from, and I can't even remember because it's all just a big blur to me. But there are all kinds of vendors, not just food vendors.
Right.
That's just the ones I was getting
art.
excited about. There's art, there's crafts, there's all of the wares, clothing.
I'm probably going to be selling some clothing this year.
Nice.
Vend for the first time.
All right. What we talked about this a little bit. What do you got vending?
Maybe some clothes.
Maybe some clothes. You haven't decided
Some
yet.
jerky. I don't
Some
know.
jerky.
Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe a van.
Maybe a van. I might just have my van for sale in the booth spot.
All right. You know how to
Whatever's in it. You can
Right.
just.
You know how to get
That'd
honey?
be
You know how to
interesting.
collect honey away from bees? Because I got a bunch of honeybees living in an attic. You could sell all the honey.
I know.
You should figure that
I know how
out.
to run away from the honeybees.
I don't want to get stoned.
No, I get
But I
stoned.
want the
It's
honey
bad.
so bad.
I don't think it's worth it.
I don't know, man. It's sweet temptation of the honey.
It's good honey.
So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm spinning off the rails once again. Joshua Grassley, that is
Sir.
our guest,
Here I
and
am.
Joshua Grassley and friends playing at 11:30 a.m. on the main stage at Trinity Riverfest, and then Joshua Grassley with different friends
Yeah.
playing on the cabin stage, we're going to call it, because
It's
I think
called
that's
cabin-
what it's going to.
yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't know.
But
I didn't know they changed.
I'm making it up a little bit as I go
It's going
along,
to be
but
that way down towards the
listen,
the pond.
I'm manifesting this for you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't happening already, and now that I've spoken into the universe,
I'm excited that it
is
might
gonna
be
go
the
there.
cabin.
Oh, I just spoke
I
it
just
into
wanna
the
stop
universe.
on
It's
that
going
porch.
to. You got to believe, brother.
Playing song. Now I'm going to prepare my set
No.
so that I can stomp on that front porch.
There you go. All the true believers know that I have manifested it just by speaking it into existence.
Yeah. I'm with it.
The second coming of Pigpen.
And it's
Oh gosh, that was an adult film I was in.
I believe that. I believe that.
I wasn't even an adult yet. Though. No. Okay.
That was the first coming.
we should really tell some more jokes. That's fun. Anyway,
I just remember like several years ago when I was bringing up this stuff to you about manifesting things and all this, and you're just staring at me with those eyes like, what is he talking about?
oh, the Nelson Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So, I love it though. I love it that you're doing this stuff.
Hey,
now.
I'm into it, man. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Let's lay down what's going on Friday night because
Well, when I see a pink elephant appear, I know who manifested it.
what about a pink rabbit, man? Named Harvey, 6 foot. I don't know. It could happen.
You want to
Sounds
help
true.
out our friends who ask us to announce some gigs for them that are happening this weekend?
Let's do that because
All right.
Where did we leave off here?
So we know the Flock food truck lot is firing
Okay, there
up.
we go.
Has been firing up the last couple of weeks, and Almost Dangerous going to be the Friday night 6 to 9 slot at the Flock. We got Sean Trost Duo 2 to 6 and Exit 52 at Fast Eddie's 7:30 for Exit 52. Fresh Rain at the VFW from 7 to 11 in Alton. Lady Luck out
Yeah.
at Baker's and Hale and Godfrey from 7 to 11, the Ultimate Party Band. Nate Sickmeyer will be possibly playing golf, but definitely playing music from 7 to 10 at Grip and Sip Golf in Cottage Hills, which is like an indoor golf thing.
Right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they serve beverages.
Right. That's the sip part.
That's the sip part.
Huh.
So you can, get a little buzz on if you want, and whatever you want to do.
And just go hit the balls.
And hit the balls and listen to some music at the same time.
Here's
So it's like a threefer.
Here's another Josh playing on Friday night, Josh Wolfel.
We won't call him the lesser Josh, but we know.
No.
No, poor
No,
Josh.
all Joshes are equal, really.
All Joshes are created equal.
He'll be at Locke's Brick House in Bethalto from 7 to 10. The Buzz Tones at the Moose in Wood River from 7 to 10. Merge 5
Oh, yeah.
out the Holiday Shores Marina Bar in Edwardsville. And,
They're not old enough to get in a bar. I'm just
well,
going to
that's
say
why
it.
they're outside.
Okay, all right.
That's how you do it.
That's handy.
Yeah. So they might not
They're,
even.
they're like 14, some.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
yeah.
15. They're pretty young and they're hitting it hard.
all in high school band and
Yeah.
learning that way. So very
Nice.
talented, very talented. Merge 5. We have a video of them if you want to check it out. Also going on in Edwardsville at the Wild E Theater, Magic Man. What would that be a tribute to?
That'd be a heart tribute right there.
It is a
If
heart
it was the
tribute.
Magic Band, it would be a Captain Beefheart tribute. Then
Which I would have
I
tickets
would
for.
way be down to see, man. No, I like Heart too, though. Hey, man, try to understand.
That's
Josh is a magic man.
That is some vocals to fill right there.
Yeah.
They're gonna be a heart tribute.
You can't mail that one. You can't fake that one.
No,
No, you got to have heart.
you got
You better have two hearts. Oh man,
Another
they got-
bad joke from Dennis.
Oh man, that's all right. These dreams are made of
That's
beans.
I'm still stuck on the beef heart tribute, which I think you'd be really good at. You could do some beef heart.
I would love to have a magic band like Beefheart had play weird music.
Also going on. Oh, sorry about that. Also going on Friday night, the Heaton Brothers, 9 o'clock at the Backstage Bar and Patio in Edwardsville. Mo Pleasure around the corner at Big Daddy's from 6 to 9. Zach McFadden, 7 to 10 at the 1818 Chop House in Edwardsville. Strange Buffalo out the cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon starting at 6:30. They got the Luau birthday party with Justus and The Experience and Spillie Nelson, 3 to 9 in Pontoon Beach.
Nice.
Where's that at?
Somewhere in Pontoon Beach. You have to follow
Nice.
the link.
So I think it's
If it hasn't been changed.
I think it's that little park where they do the annual party there. I believe.
Yeah.
But
It is
yeah.
something about an annual party, so.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
like a little park in Pontoon Beach there where they have a little stage set up, and they do. I think they do weekly shows there too.
Okay.
Yeah, local shows. Or they were for a while. I don't
Not
know.
sure. It's just, I follow Josh Witt, and he does a lot of neat stuff.
And speaking of Josh Wood, I just want to re-emphasize that all Joshes are created equal.
Right. There are a lot of good ones out there.
There are some great Joshes out there, and Josh Grassley's one of them, and Josh Witt's another.
Yeah.
So there you
he's a good
go.
guy.
There's some great scruffy-looking Nerf herders out there.
There's only one that I know. Who's my Nerf herder?
He's playing at a place called Rossetti's Pizza in Pontoon Beach.
All right.
From 6 to 9.
Nice.
Brad Noe and Company will be at Deutz Village Inn, we know well, in Pontoon Beach, 8:30 to 12:30. And Flipside at Patrick's in Granite City, starting at 9 o'clock on Friday. Eric Lysott at Pavia's Place in Granite City from 7 to 10. Graham Pagano up at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville from 6 to 9 on Friday. Rock the Block.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Rock the Block up in Jerseyville with Maddie Shell.
Nice.
6 to 9 in City Center Park in Jerseyville. And they're going to move this around each week. There's
Okay.
one week where they play under the water tower, and so we'll be covering this little thing Jerseyville's doing. moving it
So
around.
they're moving it around each week. Well, I will say I do love me some Maddie Shell. So if you're up in Jerseyville, that is the place to be 6 to 9 p.m.
Right on. Good times. Scott and Carl at the loading dock 6 to 9 on Friday night in Grafton. Soulshine Groove at the pub in Grafton from 7 to 11. And Dave Caputo 7 to 10 at the Bloody Bucket Saloon in Grafton. Jim on keys. He plays keys 3 to 7.
I don't think he does.
Yeah, he does at the
He's
terrace.
a guitar player.
The Terrace at Aries is where he'll be doing
He just
some
uses
kind of.
keys to play his guitar.
That's true.
Yeah,
Maybe
unlock
just
it.
maybe just has keys that he shakes.
I have the key.
Could be.
Maybe he just plays keys.
The only way to find out is show up.
Yeah, I could use a key. I'm rolling into Los Angeles, bringing in a couple of keys. The Lardo Guthrie there. All right.
It's digging deep.
Digging deep, man. Digging deep.
All right. Well,
What else we got? We
Oh,
got
we
Blue
got-
Marlin.
yeah.
Blue Marlin is 7 to 10 p.m. at the Old Herald Brewing Company in Collinsville. Of course, Experience live music grill. We talk about it all the time down in Belleville. Lots of venues with lots of bands, and they try to time them where you can really kind of see them all.
yeah, we're starting to get on the outskirts now from the bands that have sent us some stuff. And down in Belleville, About Time Duo at 8 o'clock at H's Bar in Belleville, which I like because I've been seeing original music at H's Bar in
Good for
Belleville.
them.
So you original guys who are looking to book a new place, you might want to check out
That-
H's Bar in Belleville.
There you go.
Scott and Michelle at the Yellow Dog from 6 to 9 on Friday, and Captain
Nice.
Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters with guest. They have a guest.
That's a great name.
They have a guest.
Okay.
The Cisco Dragon. That's all the way up in Rude House, 7 o'clock in the
Cisco
morning.
Dragon was a friend of mine. Little war.
Sarah Springman
You got 'em all,
Shumaki.
don't you?
She's across the pond.
Shumaki.
Sarah Springman Shoemake across the pond on Friday night at the Over Under, 8:30 to 11:30, and Shotgun Creek way down south, the Lake of the
there you go.
Ozarks. Yeah.
There you go. And taking a little road trip, so there you go. Some of those, like you say, sort of outside the listening area, but those are our people heading out there playing those gigs, so
Yeah.
got to support them.
And if you want to get a gig on the air, all you got to do is send us an email at cottonmouth.org, and we'll get it on there for you.
Right on, man. That's quite a Friday night. That was a lot of stuff going on.
I know, and you should see Saturday. It's insane, because it all starts at noon with the farmers market.
Who's playing?
Oh man, who's playing the farmers
Chamber
market?
Strings, 8 a.m. Josh, you've done the 8 a.m. slot.
I did it for a long
Yes. Used to be like the only person doing it for a while,
every
like
weekend for a
early,
while,
yeah.
yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
and that's hard to get up that early and be ready to go.
time. Yep.
You
It's
know,
early morning.
Unless
Yeah.
you don't go to bed.
Well, now
And
that,
it's
that
perfect.
That's the way I would have to do it, right? Yeah, because my vocal cords aren't even going to work at 8 a.m. I can barely cough, let alone talk.
I always tried to get, if I could, drummers there to do like a little drum circle
Right.
Yeah,
to try and start the day.
yeah,
Would be good.
help ease into it.
Yeah.
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 See, if I have to sing that early, I use the old Elton John trick of coating my throat with Vaseline to help smooth
Yeah.
me out. I don't know if that's
Just I don't know about that.
I read it in a
Yeah.
book.
Just
Just
just chant.
The best festivals I've ever been to, the drum circle is still going as breakfast rolls in.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I was going to say I've seen some that sunrise hits in the drum circle isn't even slowing down, man. Yeah. So good times. I was just talking with Mike Snyder of Coolaverse. We were just discussing drum circles and having friends around just with percussion.
Good times.
And yeah, I mean,
And speaking of festivals, we're here
Yep.
to discuss the Trinity River Festival taking place in June, which is next week. Right?
2 days away, I think.
June 7th and 8th, Friday and Saturday night, all the way down the river, or up the river.
Yeah,
Up the river.
yeah, over the river
Kampsville.
and up the river, and yeah, Kampsville.
Through the woods
which,
a little bit.
Yeah, over the river and through the woods to Kampsville.
McCully Heritage.
Project.
Hard to find?
Not hard.
No, easy. All you have to do is this is how easy it is. If you're like, I don't know about find this place. Jump on the river road and just follow it. Just follow the river road. It will come to a T at one point where you go right, and that's still the river road though.
Yeah.
You just got to make a right or left. I'm sorry, I said right. Right
What-
goes to Jerseyville.
What if you see a scarecrow or a tin man?
I would say that you stop and if one of them wants a heart, you try and get them on the list.
Okay.
And
Take them with you.
Okay.
yeah. Here, Tin Man.
That's what we've learned. You
We've
take them
got
with you.
your heart.
So we got to the Hardin Bridge or the ferry.
So you go all the way down the river road until you get to the you go left when it tees and you're still on the river road there. Then it goes over the bridge, the drawbridge, right over the Illinois River there. You go right. And I can't. There's one other turn there. There's going to be signage.
There's a
there will be
sign.
signage on the road telling you when to turn from there.
There's a state sign that you can
That's-
see
yeah, there's-
for the heritage.
There is actually one of those brown state
Yep.
signs that says McCully Heritage Project.
Yep.
There will also be signage put out by the festival people telling you when to turn left, and it's kind of like a little rock road.
Yeah.
That goes a little ways down to the McCully place, but it's you're talking 3 turns from here.
Yeah.
River Road. Turn right after the bridge, and then turn left to the McCully project, which is. I don't have the address on me, so but it's easy. Trust me.
Yeah. Get on Facebook and check it out.
It's 3 turns. That's how easy it is. So if I can remember it a year later, and I can't remember what happened like just 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So
And if
that's
you're
how
not
easy it is.
not a Facebooker, but a website type person, trinitiesway.org, good place to go and figure out where you're going. We also have a link at cottonmouth.org. That's easier to
Absolutely.
remember. Yeah. So there you go. And I want to ask Josh, since we got him here, I noticed in the past on a Sunday afternoon, you're doing this thing called a sound sanctuary.
Yeah.
Explain-o, please.
It's a very, very great place over in St. Charles, Missouri, called Rootbound. And on Sunday mornings, they do a thing from 11 to 1:30. And it's a sound sanctuary. So there's lots of different types of musicians that play that on Sundays. I'm one of them. And we basically just get over there and just set a really chill mood. They serve a lot of really great coffees and drinks like that, but they have fresh juices and smoothies and salads and sandwiches. It's a wonderful little cafe, and happens every Sunday. Our next time there, I believe, is June 23rd. It's the weekend after Father's Day.
There you go. Well, what was the name of the place again?
Rootbound.
Rootbound, and where in St. Louis do we find
it is on the old Main Street in St. Charles, right down by the river.
Oh, man, that's a nice place right there at the Katy Trail.
Yep, come down, spend brunch with us.
Absolutely.
Go shopping.
Yeah.
Enjoy the day. It's a wonderful place, wonderful people.
Yeah, what's the name of it again?
Rootbound.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I go down to that St. Charles Main Street. That is I like to say the Katy Trail's right there, so you can go. Like my wife likes to go out for brunch, so we'll go out for like a brunch and then take a walk on the Katy Trail, sort of walk that brunch off.
It's a perfect place to go.
Yeah, and I'm a nerd, so I like walking down and reading the plaques on the front of the buildings and seeing how old they were.
Yeah,
because I like architecture and weird stuff.
Come down on that Sunday morning, not too early. That doesn't start till 11. So
yeah, nice, and get a good brunch.
Yeah,
and get some good tunes.
Some tunes,
juice, some coffee,
kava.
Yeah,
that all down there,
and some mojo.
And another question, since we have Josh here, I hear a rumor from Josh that
directly rumored from me
that Divine March is recording.
We are at the beginning process now that we've got the band in place. Lee was kind of the final piece to bring back together, and so we've got a new recording that should be coming out hopefully sometime this summer.
Nice.
And our next show is going to be at the Cooler B&B. It's a bed and breakfast over in St. Louis that is really cool. The whole backyard is a big giant skate park for skateboards and roller skates and such. And they've been having some great shows over there. So that won't be our show there isn't until September. But
okay, so fill me in a little bit. We talked a little bit about this beforehand, but I still don't have a grip on it. So there's two buildings. One
houses.
One is the owners.
One is the owners.
And the other one is the Airbnb.
The Airbnb.
And behind these two, there's a skate park. Now, is the skate park owned by them, or do they just happen to be built on like a city skate park?
The owner of the house and the Airbnb is the one that built the skate park. And he started with one house.
Right.
Built skate park, and then bought the house next to it, and then expanded the skate park into both yards.
And so now your band is playing there on which date?
I don't remember the date.
Okay.
It's in late September.
And so if the people, so the owners, obviously, they live there, they're going to be there. People who have rented the Airbnb for the weekend, they're going to be there.
Correct.
And can anybody else, how do other people come? Or is it just for the people?
So when you get there, it's $10 door charge. So
it's
just $10
to get into the skate park.
Yeah, to get into the music and skate park. Usually the skating starts around 3 p.m. and the music runs usually till 10 o'clock.
Awesome, man. That is pretty cool. What part of St. Louis are you in there?
It is kind of over towards Webster Grove.
Okay, nice.
Now, didn't you say there's like a giant vat you just throw your cash in as you come in?
Yeah, there's just a big bowl. You put your money in it, and
pretty cool.
Free water and drinks and things like that.
Nice.
And location-wise, it is literally on the same street as the Schlafly Brew House.
Oh yeah,
and it is about a block from it.
Excellent. That's a nice little area down there.
So it's really close to it. Yeah. Not a bad area at all.
No. So cool, man. That's and what an interesting idea.
Yeah, it's a nice place actually.
Yeah, and anybody who's into skating, what a great Airbnb to stay at. You got your own little private, skate park behind you or whatever.
Yeah, I think it sleeps about 10 people. So you can get a group of people together for a weekend.
That's 20.
Rent the place out and then just skate all weekend in the backyard.
Sleeps 10 people, 20 hippies.
Right. Yeah, just stack them. Just stack them.
So,
But
hey, man,
super nice place. I went there over
that is cool.
last weekend and watched. What's that band called? We talked about.
Now you're gonna make me remember things.
Killing me.
Yeah. I got
Anyway,
this whole
some great
list
bands
of,
there over the weekend.
Yeah. So we're up against the clock, Pigpen, but I want to fly through some of this stuff that people have sent me, so I make sure I get them on here before we wrap up the show. And this is Saturday, this weekend. Hideous Gentleman and Darius Spangler.
Nice.
$5 cover at the Conservatory, starting at 7 o'clock there.
That'd be a
We
good
got
time.
the Screaming Eagles out at Bakers and Hale from 7 to 11, and I'm sure Bakers and Hale are calling them by their old name, probably. Because it could be
They're probably the subs.
BC Homegrown.
BC
or it could be
Homegrown,
the subs.
yeah. All sort of the same characters.
Right.
Going under
Champagne.
That's how we
different
do
names.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Champagne Fix at the Regal Beagle at 7 o'clock in Godfrey. And looking down there at the loading dock, Pigpen. Do you see it?
Oh, what do we got?
one of those-
Hall and Oats.
Hauling Oats.
Not Hall and Oats, Hauling Oats.
Right.
So it's like a truck that's been hauling some oats.
Right.
Oh, that's great.
They're doing the loading dock from 4 to 7. Outlaw Opry at the Oyster Bar in Grafton on Saturday at 7. And Matt Tall at the Bloody Bucket Saloon in
Nice.
Grafton at 7 o'clock. Flip the Frog playing at Bobby G's Martini Bar in Grafton from 7 to 11. A good day to be up in Grafton checking out those acts. And also on Saturday, Happenstance playing at 9 a.m. at the Goshen Market in Edwardsville. So another town kicking it off early.
Yeah, early morning.
Of course, there's tons of stuff to do in Edwardsville, as we talk about every week, and you can check those gigs out at cottonmouth.org. We got to mention Hooky playing down at Deutsch Village Inn on
Hooky
Saturday.
Monster.
That's right. That's a good time from
Hooky,
8:30 to 12:30. Butch Moore playing up at, have you heard of Mississippi Culture in Staunton?
No, that
7
is
to
a
10.
new one on me.
The former owners of Reese's Brewery
Okay.
moved to Staunton, and
Right.
now it's called Mississippi Culture.
Okay.
So there you go.
Oh, awesome. I have to familiarize myself with that. There you go. That's
Yeah, and looking ahead to Sunday, Hammerhead down at the Flock Food Truck Lot in Alton from 2 to 5. I don't know if Jason Newstead's in that band, but I think he was in a band called
I think he is.
Hammerhead. Wasn't his band Hammerhead? I thought.
When you said it, I'm like, how do I know that name, Hammerhead?
He's
I mean,
come
I
a
know
long
it's
way.
a shark.
No, wait a
Yeah.
minute. No, it was Flotsam and Jetsam.
Blossom and Jetsam.
That's the
It
band.
sounds almost just like Hammerhead.
Yeah, it's so close.
They both start with a
It
J.
rolls right off the.
There could have been a
Tongue
Hammerhead
distance.
in there.
They both
Two
start with an
sides.
R.
Anyway, how about who's Graham and Sam?
Oh, man, I couldn't even take a guess at who Graham and Sam. Now, I know Stu and Lou. Nah, I just made Lou up for Sam. Yeah, so Graham Pagano and Sam 4.
That's right.
That's who that's going to be.
That's
Just-
at Bakers and Hale from 2 to 6
Yes.
on Sunday. Yeah, and Scott and Michelle, we always mention them.
Oh, yeah.
2 to 5 at the Pump House in Wood River on Sunday. The nicest couple you'll ever meet.
Sweethearts, both of them.
Definitely. You know, Rory Morris is up at Mississippi Culture on Sunday from 3 to 6.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, so there you go.
There
Lots
we
of
go.
stuff
That-
happening
and-
every weekend.
And that is literally just the highlights from Saturday. There was pages and pages of stuff, but we had so much fun talking to Josh. We didn't have time for all that. If you want to find out anything you missed, just simply go to cottonmouth.org. First thing that's going to pop up when you go to that is going to be all of those gigs. And I want to say, earlier we were talking about the directions. You take the river road, make the left after the bridge, and it is or a right after the bridge. I'm sorry, make a right after the bridge. The left is actually called Crawford Creek Road. Crawford Creek Road. So there you go.
Takes you straight there.
And literally, like when you're going, following the Illinois River there, after you make the right after the bridge, you will go over a bridge that crosses Crawford Creek. And then the turn is right there. So Crawford Creek Road.
So you're up on Crawford Creek.
She sends me. Man,
You guys should start a band.
I love the band.
I know you do.
They're one of my favorite.
I wasn't going to let you get away without going there.
Levon Helms. I get goosebumps just thinking about that man. So there you go. Hey, man, thanks so much for coming down, Josh.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, as
Always a
always.
pleasure.
Yeah, as always, a good time hanging out with you and talking to you. We don't see each other near enough.
No.
And
But we'll
You
see
guys-
each other at Trinity River Fest.
I am absolutely looking forward to checking out the set. I enjoyed it so much at the Winter Jam, seeing you and Lee and Sean. I mean, it was a tight little group you've put together there.
I like it a lot.
I suggest, just for old time's sakes, you guys go on a double date.
We should.
I think that's a great idea.
We should.
Yeah, you know. So you know, I'm gonna set this up.
Kick me up at my old house.
Oh yeah.
I'll just sit on the front porch.
Oh
so
yeah. I don't
you-
even care who lives there.
No.
I'll be sitting on the front porch.
We'll explain it to him.
Yeah. Man, if you could remember the girls, we'll go pick up the same girls. Cause
I
I
don't
don't
bring my
remember.
girlfriend though. Don't bring the cousin of your wife's cousin.
Yeah. I was gonna bring my wife. Man, don't tell her
Oh.
about this. If
right.
she finds out about it, it's gonna ruin the whole thing.
Let's change the whole dynamic.
We're on the radio
Oh,
and the
man.
internet and all that stuff.
I meant, of course, I'll be bringing my wife
Just don't bring cousin.
and her cousin. I
And
want to
she's
get.
drawing up the papers.
I want whatever. I want to get with her and her sister Deborah.
There we go.
That's
There
some
you go.
that's some back
That
for
was
you
like
there.
high school.
Yeah. All right.
I'll be out with Ruth this weekend. You know, because Ruth.
Makes me puke.
That's right. Because worms crawl up her flatworms, as a matter of fact.
We're gonna say derriere.
Right.
That's French for what?
Hey.
Anyway.
Rest in peace, Ron Richards, Homer. We love you. Miss you so much.
Missing Homer, man. All right. Hey, again, thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks to our sponsors, Halpin Music, who's got to be so proud right now if they're listening.
They are.
They're like, yep, we sponsor this show. 8 years we've been paying for this to be on the air.
And Matt Van Voorst, who's Matt Tall's sponsor. The Bloody Bucket Saloon every weekend.
Oh, I thought you meant like an AA sponsor or something.
Well, that too.
Like, hey, man, I'm having a rough day. I keep wanting to play guitar. Don't do it, man. No, that would be a horrible sponsor to have. Anyway,
CS Insurance.
CS Insurance.
Germantown,
Yeah.
if you're in Jerseyville. It still says on the side.
And go get some insurance from him and give him a hug.
I got insurance from him.
I get my insurance
I
from
do
him.
too. And we're not
And I-
making this up.
No, we're not.
And I get lots of hugs from him because he is a handsome gentleman.
I don't get hugs.
Oh,
I need to work that out.
He doesn't like it.
You got to push it.
He doesn't like.
You gotta.
I count to 3 out loud. 1 banana, 2 banana. At 3, I have to quit, or they can like legally do something to her.
I don't even know.
All right.
Squeeze harder.
We officially made it past the top of the hour, which we like to do each and every week.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
thanks.
so when the news comes on, they're wrong.
In addition to thanking our sponsors and thanking everyone for listening, big thanks to Josh Grassley for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
Always fun, buddy.
Very
All
much.
right. Everybody, make it to Trinity Riverfest in Kampsville next weekend. Make it Friday and Saturday. And everybody get out and support local music and art.